Hi Sagittarius, welcome to my channel, The Fool's Journey Tarot. Today is Thursday, April 30th, 2020. This is a general love reading for the sign of Sagittarius for this upcoming week, which includes today and into the first week of May. So thank you for joining me. If you are brand new or unfamiliar with my channel, there is more specific information regarding my readings and my videos in the description box below. I do want to remind all of my viewers that this is a general love reading, so it can pertain to anything. Relationships, situations, and circumstances surrounding home, family, work, school, social circles. If you can think of it, it might apply. Be flexible with the energy. You might feel like I'm reading for you. You might feel like you're cross-watching. Don't be too concerned about the gender of the cards that show up. My intention is always to reach people who need the message and will benefit in some way from it. So some parts of this may resonate for you, other parts may not. Take what does, leave behind what doesn't. And hopefully by the end you have something that's worthwhile from the reading that will help you in some way, shape, or form. Okay, Sagittarius, so we're gonna get started. Let's give this deck one more good shuffle and then we'll get started. Oh, by the way, if you are new or unfamiliar, Carmilla is here. She's hanging out behind me on her travel cage. Can't see her just yet because she's cleaning her feathers on the other side, but she might make an appearance. And Sylvester the cat is here. He's snacking on his food in the living room right now. All right, here we go, Sagittarius. We're going to start off with the Seven of Pentacles paired with the Eight of Swords in reverse. King of Cups in reverse. The Two of Cups, Nine of Wands, Three of Swords in reverse, Four of Pentacles in reverse, and then the Page of Swords in reverse. Okay, so I feel like you're getting over a breakup. Or it could be that you are trying to heal from a situation that's not healthy right now within a connection. I feel like this is a connection that probably has been a long-lasting one you've put a lot of effort and time into. And it feels like you might be feeling emotionally detached or removed or just not as invested as you once were. These readings are getting really old. I'm telling you what, Sagittarius, it feels like every single one has the same theme and it's starting to get really old. I would love to see one of those love readings. I haven't seen, like, you know, one of those fairy tale love readings in so long. I would just love to see one of those. But again, it feels like you're fighting a broken heart or you're fighting to get over something. And it does feel like an emotional connection. Or a connection that was emotional for you at one time. That you had invested something into. And I do feel like you're the King of Cups energy. This could also be somebody that you're dealing with, but this King of Cups right now is emotionally unavailable. This could be somebody who's not willing to invest a certain level of emotions or not willing to express himself within a connection. Somebody who's removed. And I feel like this is something that's a connection you've invested a lot of time and energy into. You might be freeing yourself from it. You might be relieving yourself of your responsibility within the connection. I feel like there's probably been a lack of communication with this Page of Swords coming out here, and then maybe you've just given up. Either given up hope on communicating or receiving communication. Almost like you're just not, you just don't care anymore, you want to let it go. It could be that you care still, but you would like to hear some kind of have some kind of contact or communication, but At this point in time, it looks like you might just be kind of on the tail end, or maybe more invested in kind of trying to recover from this. And that maybe communication is not a priority for you. Okay, Sagittarius, let's see what else we get. So we have the Four of Swords in reverse. There's the Four of Pentacles, again, this time in the upright position. This King of Cups is clarified by the Seven of Pentacles, this time in reverse. Four of Cups in reverse. The Hierophant. Six of Swords. Three of Wands. And then we have the King of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles also feels like your energy. I might change my mind after we get some more cards out here, but the King of Pentacles is a very loyal and grounded individual, somebody who's a hard worker, somebody who can be a provider for others, a protector, a father figure. Remember, if you are a female, you can still embody the King of Pentacles energy and the King of Cups energy. This person feels very grounded, somebody you can trust. Again, I get the sense that you're kind of trying to relieve yourself of hanging on to this. It feels like you might be hanging on to a piece of this. It may not be affecting you emotionally anymore, because I think you got frustrated with that part of it. Maybe at one time, this connection or lack of communication within the connection emotionally affected you. But at this point in time, I feel like this has definitely lasted over a considerable amount of time. This is not just a 2-week relationship and you're trying to get over something like that. This feels like you've invested a lot of energy into it. In this point in time, you might just be seeking some answers or some clarity so that you can once and for all move away from this. Or get it off your mind. This is... I said that the readings have been very similar lately. There have been no fairy tale love stories in my readings in months. And this one is feeling a lot like the one that I just did, a Virgo reading. Just got done with that one and it's feeling similar. So the readings yesterday, kind of the same thing. They all felt like they kind of had the same theme. I'm not saying that you are dealing with a Virgo, but it's possible this could be an extension of that reading, or a part 2, or it could, well, that's what an extension is, right? Part 2, or it could be that it's a counterpart reading. In other words, that reading was indicative of what the person you're dealing with was thinking, and this one might be your energy, you know, vice versa, that type of thing. Anyway, let's get some more cards out here, Sagittarius. Let's see what else we get. Ace of Swords in reverse. Is that the Knight? Page of Pentacles in reverse. The World. Six of Wands. 10 of Wands in reverse. King of Wands. The Magician in reverse. And then we have the Queen of Swords. You know what's super, super interesting? Okay, this is blowing me away a little bit. I was just trying to remember the King cards that came out in the Virgo reading, and they were the same king cards. We had the King of Wands, this exact King of Wands from this deck. We had the King of Pentacles in that reading, but he was in reverse. And he was out of my little mini Rider-Waite, wasn't this deck. And then I had the King of Cups in that reading also, but he was in the upright, and he was from the mini Rider-Waite as well. Then, so I was trying to remember the kings that had shown up in that reading, and then the Queen of Swords was a significant, in fact, I was reading for the Queen of Swords in the Virgo reading, and she just showed up. It's feeling strange. It feels like it could be a counterpart reading, which is really weird. So anyway, if your partner or your person you're dealing with is a Virgo, that reading could be their reading pertaining to you. So in both readings, there's this lack of clarity. There's this feeling of not being sure and wanting answers. Both parties want answers. Both parties want the other one to speak up. I don't feel like you are interested. I think that you'd rather just let this go, give it up once and for all, but I do feel like you want to figure out once and for all if you should put an effort into this or if you should move on. Is there anything left? Is there anything left in this relationship that would make it a success, that would make it worthwhile for you, or is it just over and done? I think you're emotionally frustrated. I think that this has taken a toll, and the reading in the Virgo reading, it was indicated that there was an emotional connection, but an emotional toll on that individual as well. This is very strange. I'm having a hard time separating the two readings now because it's so similar. But I'm going to try. I'm going to try to pretend this is a totally different reading, because it is. There is some sense of deception or manipulation, or someone mistreating the other. However, I don't feel like either party has actually purposefully hurt the other, or tried to manipulate the other person, or tried to, or deception. I don't know if it was intentional, for example. I don't feel like it was intentional. I just feel like there are some unanswered questions regarding this partnership, this connection. Let's get this next deck out. There's the Queen of Cups. She showed up in the last reading, but she was in reverse. It's interesting because these are, except for the King of Wands, he's in the upright. Queen of Swords was in the upright. She was in the reverse. King of Cups was in the reverse in the other reading. In the upright. Page of Wands. I think you want to know if this person has any level of emotional investment left in this connection with regard to you. I think that's what you want to know. And the Queen of Swords just wants to know what happened. The Queen of Swords just wants clarity, because both of you are dwelling on this relationship, on this connection, and neither one wants to initiate conversation to clear things up. You're both being very stubborn. The Queen of Swords, however, may come out ultimately to gain some answers and some clarity, but she's I think part of the Queen of Swords problem with this connection is she feels that if she is the one who's going to have to initiate some conversation or some contact, that this also means that you truly aren't interested, that you've already emotionally disconnected, which it looks like you have, at least to a certain extent. I think you want to know if there's anything left, and I think that if you want there to be something left, then you've got to make you might have to make the first move, or take some initiative, or make some kind of effort towards communication. Let's get the rest of these out. So we have the Lovers in reverse, Ten of Pentacles in reverse, Three of Cups in reverse, Queen of Pentacles. She did not come out in the other reading. The World in reverse. And then the Queen of Wands. Okay, this person did not come out in the other reading too. So either we're getting more information, or this is a totally different reading. But I still think it's connected. Okay, so this Queen of Wands feels like a totally external energy, but she's influencing the situation. You might be acting on this Queen of Wands' behalf. You might be kind of allowing this other connection, this Queen of Swords connection, to take a back seat because of this Queen of Wands. There could be some jealousy. This could be third party. I'm just going to throw that out there. I'm not saying that it is, but it could be. There could be that element to it. This person, I don't think, this person would like you to focus more on them. This Queen of Swords. I'm sorry, this Queen of Wands. This Queen of Swords wants communication, and this Queen of Wands wants your attention. And right now, you're giving your energy to this individual. More so than this Queen of Swords, if you're giving any energy at all to this Queen of Swords. I think that you would like this Queen of Swords to prove that she's loyal, prove that she still has compassion or feelings for you, or feels invested in this relationship. But I think that you're ready to admit that it's possible that she's already gone on her way, at least in her head, if not physically. She has maybe disconnected. And I feel like you're trying to get over this, or trying to figure it out once and for all. The two of you need to communicate. That's all there is to it. I mean, I almost feel like, this is just a waste of time for me to continue putting more cards out here if this is a continuation of the Virgo reading I did. And it's funny because I forgot to do Virgo yesterday. I did Leo, Libra, and Scorpio, and I totally forgot Virgo. And now I'm feeling like I forgot Virgo on purpose, because Virgo's reading is tied with Sagittarius's reading, which is very weird. But it could be. I'm just throwing that out there. It's almost like, I mean, this is significant. Here's the thing, Sagittarius. You have a Lovers, Ten of Pentacles potential connection with this person, and you're just like, nah, I can't do this anymore. It's too hard. Or you're starting to feel apathetic, or just not emotionally invested anymore. At the same time, Sagittarius, you want clarity. You want answers. You want to know if this person still has feelings for you. This Queen of Cups, Queen of Swords. And she does. Okay, I'm not going to say she does, because I think she could, but I think she's protecting herself. I think she's afraid maybe to admit feelings. And yes, I'm kind of going off of the last reading. I'm remembering parts of it. The Queen in that reading, Queen of Swords, was felt very defensive, and didn't want to put herself in a position where she would regret getting emotionally involved again. And honestly, you're mirroring each other, because I think you feel the same way about this Queen. I'm getting as frustrated as I think you probably are, both of you are, because neither one will communicate. And I just want you two to talk and then tell me what happened. Just tell me, did it work out or not? Did you figure out, do you want to be together or not? Are you going to try again? Or is this over once and for all? I mean, communication, for God's sake, it doesn't take much more than just a text. But this Queen of Swords wants answers, and she wants you to be upfront with her, and she wants you to tell the truth. She doesn't want you to pussyfoot around, and she's not going to play games with you. So if you are going to communicate, you need to communicate clearly with this person, because she's not going to put up with any crap. And that's not a threat. That's just, I'm just telling you how her energy right now. She's like, I'm not, if you want to come here and try to make excuses, don't bother. If you're going to come and talk to me, but try to fill our conversation with lies, don't bother. I want this individual who's right now connected to this individual. I want the loyal partner connection that I thought I had, who's now fully and seems to be more invested in this individual. And by the way, the Queen of Wands is in reverse. I mean, I don't know what you're seeing in this person, but the Queen of Wands is in reverse is not an individual I would want to hang out with. This person is pushy, needs to have things her way, is very opinionated, can be bitchy, can be jealous or envious. This person, I'm not getting good vibes off this individual. And it's almost like you're bending to their will. And this Queen of Swords is like, you know what, I could be this to you. I could be the Queen of Pentacles if this is what you want in a relationship. But if this is who you're hanging out with, you obviously don't want me, because this is not the type of person that I am, and you seem to be putting your energy into this connection rather than into the connection with me. So this Queen of Swords, she wants it straight. Don't come feeding her a bunch of bullshit, and don't try to pull one over on her. And by the way, I'm talking to Sagittarius as though you're this King of Cups, and I'm not trying to throw shade, because I feel like you have your own, you would like answers too. You want to let this go once and for all, or see, is there anything left? Is it worth pursuing? Is it worth continuing to believe that there might still be a Ten of Pentacles at the end of this road? Because there could be. I mean, the cards are indicating that there could be. But you can't half-ass. You can't half-ass a relationship like that. You can't say, oh yeah, this is my Ten of Pentacles, and then half-ass it. Just, that's right. I think I'm right. I can't decide if I want the curtains open or not. I don't know, Sagittarius. I'm frustrated for you. I don't know what to tell you. You two just need to talk. For God's sake, just call, send a text. I mean, that doesn't, you don't even have to worry about whether or not you sound honest, because you're typing words into a text message. Let's get this last round out and then we can talk some more. So there's the Two of Cups again. With this Queen of Cups, you want the answers. You want to know, does she love me still or not? She's still emotionally invested or not? Tell me the truth. Says Sagittarius, just give it to me straight. I don't want to feel like I don't know what the hell is going on anymore. Five of Cups. Because this is what you're feeling. Moping around. Feeling let down. Feeling put out. Six of Swords again. Nine of Cups. Two of Wands in reverse. Emperor in reverse. Eight of Wands in reverse. And then the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so honestly, I think that you would like answers one way or the other, but again, I'm getting this reluctance to communicate, and that maybe without any effort put forth, you want to just give up on this. You want to let this go once and for all, because you don't want to face any bad news. I think that you feel like if you communicated with this individual and the news wasn't positive, or they didn't give you a positive response, that you would be feel really let down and dejected, and you may not be able to, and you'd be clinging to this outcome, and shit, I knew this was going to happen. I should have let it go. I should have just dropped it in the first place. Now I have to deal with dejection over again. Dejection, rejection, all of the above. Now I have to put up with this crap again. I feel like you're protecting yourself because you may expect that if you were to try to communicate, try to rekindle, trying to see what's going on with this individual, that they might reject you. And I think you're afraid of the outcome, and so you're trying to emotionally separate yourself from the situation, but you both won't let this go. You both have this on your mind to the level that you can't ignore it. You've got to address this issue. And I think that maybe because maybe you suspect that this Queen of Swords thinks that you've been playing games with her, and that maybe you suspect that when you communicate, she's going to say, you know what, I know you're not being straight with me, you're not giving me the answers that I need, you're not being honest. Maybe you suspect that that's how she's going to respond, and so that's why you've avoided communication. That's why you haven't bothered. And maybe you're waiting for communication from this person when they're ready to communicate, because you think that you would be turned away immediately because of what she would anticipate, what this Queen of Swords is anticipating that you'll say, or how you will respond or react. I think she expects that you're not going to be upfront with her, or you're not going to be on the up and up, because you haven't been, because the communication has been so poor. You need to get out of this. And when I say this, I mean the Page of Pentacles, which is just about, all you're doing is thinking about it, dwelling on it, without acting upon it. And when I say acting, I mean, communication is the key. So Sagittarius, I feel your frustration. I'm frustrated looking at these cards. I feel like I've been looking at these cards all afternoon, but with no resolution, except for, here's what you could do, and it's such a simple solution, but nobody will do it because everybody's afraid of what the other person's going to say or do. Honestly, I think this Queen of Swords might be getting ready to communicate with you. So be prepared for that, Sagittarius. It's a possibility based on what I see in these cards and the Virgo reading, and I'm not going to ignore that because I feel like this is part 2. The Queen of Swords may be getting ready to communicate, but don't expect her to show up all lovey-dovey and ready to kissy face, because that's not going to happen. This is what you maybe you're hoping for. Maybe this is what you want to clear up. Maybe this is what you want to find out. Is this still available to me? That's possibly what you're hoping for, what you'd like to know. But I don't think that if this Queen of Swords does approach, if she initiates conversation, that's not how she's going to come to you. That's not going to be her approach. So don't anticipate that, not get it, and then be disappointed, because she's protecting her heart just like you're protecting yours, Sagittarius. I'm going to take this one. Abundance. I haven't pulled this card in a really long time. And this is going to sound like a very positive card. And I think, here's the thing. I think that this relationship has potential. It feels like it could potentially be a very strong connection and something that you've been looking for. But right now you have this. When you could have this, and you got the Lovers out here. Twice, you got the Nine of Cups. I mean, I feel like this is what you want, but you're not making any headway, again, because there's this reluctance, this resistance, because neither party wants to be the one who gets hurt. Or hurt again, because honestly, I feel like this has been one of those can't quite get it off the ground type situations. It's almost like it's stop and go, stop and go, stop and go, but the go part is very short, so it never really makes a lot of headway. That's what this relationship feels like to me. So the Abundance card came up in the upright, and I am going to read I'm going to read the present. I'll read the present part. It's about a page. It's a little bit of a longer read. Hopefully this will resonate for you. If this reading is resonating, this probably will too. And hopefully it'll give you some clarity, some advice maybe, something to work with. Here we go, Sagittarius. When the abundance card appears in the present position, it symbolizes a need to embrace an abundance consciousness. Try to let go and relax. Just allow things to flow. Focus on enjoying what you are doing and being in the moment rather than grasping, speculating, or expecting. Ask yourself what it is that you want and why you want it. Is there a possibility that you want or desire something just because another person has it? Because it will increase your social status, or that it will make others like or respect you more? If this is what you desire and it makes you happy, then that is your choice. But take this opportunity to try doing everything for love, and you might discover that you fulfill those desires and more. When you embrace an abundance consciousness, you will find that you have love in plentiful supply. Focus on doing the things that you love and doing things for love just because you love. Even if a sacrifice is required for you to get what you want, if you do it for love, you will not see it as a sacrifice. Of course, everything we desire has a price. The physical price might be money or time or action in the form of constant effort and commitment. But if the energy currency is always love, the result will be abundance. So love the experience, love the journey. The abundance card in the present suggests we put love first by making time for what we love, taking joy in our love, sharing our love, and giving what we wish to receive. If you want love, be loving. And do the things that you love to do. Love your life. It will always come back to you. When you love, you get love back. When you give something your undivided attention and interest, and do so only because you enjoy it, then you will get back all that love you have invested in return. To apply this to business, be generous in spirit and nature to your customers and clients, and supportive of other small businesses. Give them a reason to want to come back, and they will. Give them a reason to respect and support you, and they will. Also, try not to be competitive. Just because another person has a similar business in the same street or patch of cyberspace does not mean that they are going to steal your sales or customers. Instead of worrying about rivals, focus on offering the best service or quality product you can provide. Be abundant with your body as well. Rather than indulging in unhealthy habits, nurture your body and give it everything that it needs. Feed your body an abundance of healthy, natural foods. Diets, give them up. Move, eat well, savor what you eat, make it a sensory experience and enjoy it. And nurture your mind as well by avoiding the media, which too often feeds us images of hopelessness or lack that create a grasping mentality of want that has you working harder and harder for less. As for time, that too is plentiful. It never runs out, except when you restrict and limit it. So stop counting your minutes. Stop rushing. Instead, take the time to relax and breathe in the beauty of life that surrounds you. Tip your face toward the sunlight. Dance in the rain. Jump in puddles. Laugh at the wind. Failure, disappointment, loss. Let go and embrace a positive mindset. See an opportunity to learn and grow in every experience, even those that have caused you pain. There is good in every situation if you are willing to see it. Most importantly, let go of worry and have faith. That bill will get paid. The money you need for school or business will manifest, but you also have to be willing to make things happen instead of waiting for it to happen. That last sentence did it for me. That's all I needed. You have to be willing to make things happen instead of waiting for it to happen, and love and enjoy the experience. All of those things hit home for me. What I'm getting more than anything, Sagittarius, is that this relationship, this connection that you've got on your mind, there's potential here, but you have to continue to put forth the energy, and that includes the emotional energy. So you've got to turn your card the right way and start putting some emotional energy into this. If for whatever reason this doesn't work out the way that you hope or the way that you anticipate, understand that everything that you do, every experience that you have, creates an opportunity for you to learn and grow, which ultimately gives you abundance. Because the more experience and wisdom that you gain, the better off you are. You can handle situations better. You're more compatible in relationships because you understand what's required of a relationship to make it work. So all of this, you know, this could turn out really great. Maybe you just let go of the outcome, communicate, see what happens. Be willing to put forth the effort if it's what you want and if it's what this person wants, and see where it takes you. But your first step is communication. And, you know, enjoy the moment. Don't be afraid of it. Try to enjoy it. Think to yourself, you know what? This is ballsy for me to do this. It may be a little uncomfortable, but it's going to give me an experience that allows me to grow and ultimately be abundant. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to get off my soapbox, Sagittarius. I hope that this reading gave you something, helped you out. I hope you enjoyed it, if anything else. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope I see you again soon. Oh, by the way, if it did resonate, please like, share, subscribe, or leave a comment, or leave a comment. I do try to respond to those. Okay, Sagittarius, thanks again, and I'll see you later. Bye.